at homework, and I'm going to use this computer because after foundations is science, and I want to be able to take it outside. This one I can take outside. So that's why I'm using this one. All right. Hi, Aya. Hi, Finn. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Isley.
There's more ink in this now. There's more ink in it.
Cool. Okay, everybody, let's look at our schedules and let's do some checking off on our schedule here. All right, let's check off snack and recess because that is done. And we're done with music too, so let's check off music. Next on our schedule starts with an F. Foundations. We've got foundations next, and then science, our ice cube experiment, and then story time. So there's our schedule. Foundations, science, story time. Okay, so for foundations today, we are going to do an A and G sort. We're going to do this, but not quite, okay? First, let's practice our letters before we do the sort. Okay, everybody. Here comes Echo. Okay, so my turn first, then your turn. Are you ready? A, apple, ah. Now your turn. Here's Echo.
A, apple, A.
Very good. Wonderful.
Apple,
Awesome. I think I heard everybody. Wheeler, you only have to say it once. Colin, please put your,
apple, A.
Colin, please put your scissors away. Okay, the next letter we learned this week, do you remember? G. So,
G.
then your turn, all right? My turn first. G, game, go. Okay, your turn.
Game, go. Game, go. Game, go.
Good.
Game, go.
All right, now I'm going to show you some things that start with a G. And I want you to tell me. Well, first we'll play the guessing game. Try to think about what it would be. This is something that you get if you celebrate your birthday. And it's another word for present, but it starts with a G. What do you think it is, Catherine? What do you think?
Gift.
A gift? You're right. It's a gift.
Gift.
Gift starts with a G. Gift. All right. This is
Never
a
win
musical instrument that starts with a G. And y'all don't have to raise your hands. You can just tell me. What's a musical instrument that you play like this? It starts with a G. Guitar. Guitar starts with a G. Guitar. Yes, Wheeler. All right, thank you, Wheeler. Colin, will you please put your mask up? Put your mask
Guitar.
up. All right, put your mask up, please. Thank you. Okay, this is something that starts with a G. A sound. It's a
Ghost.
It has horns.
Ghost.
A goat.
You accidentally just showed it. So,
Goat starts with a G. Goat starts with a G. Okay, what is a type of bird that starts with a G? It's kind of like a duck, but they're bigger. And it starts with a sound. A goose. Goose.
That's that. Goose.
There's that G sound. Goose. Okay, last one. This is a type of person, not a boy, but a girl. Girl starts with a G. Girl. There's that G at the beginning of girl. Nice job, everybody. Wonderful. Okay. Sorting. Okay, so I've got the big one on the board here that we're going to do together.
Trying to do it.
Home, and I'll get you yours. I'm going to pass out
A.
yours. Y'all at home, go ahead and get your sorting activity out. It looks like this.
A.
And it's
After this, can we color them in?
just like this. And you're going to need scissors and a glue stick. You're going to need these 2 pieces of paper, and you're going to need scissors and a glue stick. Now, once we cut them out and put them in the right place, then you can color them in if we have time. Oh, yes.
I don't think they cut off the boats and because boats.
Yeah, a lot of boats are white. Here you go.
Well, we can cut off the island.
Get those scissors out. Oh, then here we go. Lovely. We got scissors and a glue stick already out, ready to go.
And A.
You already know, yes. Okay, everybody, are we working on cutting out the pictures?
Not me because
Oh yeah, let me get you scissors.
You can stop for a second because the camera will be. I'm not. That is not Halloween, so
Okay, so if you're at home, let's go ahead and start cutting out all these pictures, and we'll make a stack of all of them after we cut them out, and then we'll glue them where they belong, either in the box with A or the box for G. Okay, I'm going to give you all a couple minutes to cut these out. And then we're going to do them together. Here's the big one on the board so we can do it together.
if you don't have it.
Yeah.
Or if you don't want to.
Good cutting. Good cutting, Elliot. Wonderful. Let me know if you want that. Nice. All right, how are we doing cutting out at home? You need a couple more minutes to cut out. The kids in the classroom need a couple more minutes to cut out.
Miss Van Randy?
Yes.
I want to do mine with you.
Okay. So once yours are all cut out, you can get your glue stick ready. You can put your little paper bits in the recycling. And if you want to do it with me together, then you can just wait a minute until we're ready to start. Or if your pieces are already cut out and you're ready to start gluing them where they belong, and you want to do it by yourself, you can start doing that too. It's up to you.
I'm not ready. I put out my ghost and my.
You know, you need help. Very smart. Okay, everybody, let's go ahead and start putting them where they belong, even if you're not not done cutting. Don't worry, I'll leave this up here. Okay, I'm just gonna go in any random order. Here we go. I'm gonna start with the acorn. But you can start with any one you want. Here's the acorn. I already colored mine in. Y'all can color it in if we have time later. So Vina, if you're done, you can color yours in, sweetie. Acorn. Acorn. What letter does that start with? It's the letter A, right? Acorn. So I'm gonna put that anywhere in the A box. There's my acorn. All right, let's do grapes next. Let's do the grapes. 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 What sound do you hear at the beginning of grapes? G. What letter makes a G sound? Yeah, G. So we're gonna put grapes in the G box, anywhere in the G box. Y'all are doing wonderful. Wow, Harrison. All right, let's do the ant next. I did mine red like a fire ant. Ah! Okay, what letter do you hear at the beginning of ant? Ant. Yeah, an A makes an sound, like you're screaming. That's an A. So we're gonna put that anywhere in the box. Now, next, let's do the ghost. Ghost. Ooh, Adeline says ghost has a G.
And you don't need a coloring ghost because it's white.
It's white. Ooh. There's the ghost. Yay, now you can start gluing it where they belong, Colin. So we're going to put the ghost in the G box. All right, let's do the apple next. Apple. Apple. Yeah, I hear that sound at the beginning, the A. So I'm going to glue that anywhere in the A box. All right, last one. This is a picture of a goat. Goat. Harrison says G, goat. So we're gonna glue the goat in the G box, anywhere in the G box. There we go. So we've got apple, acorn, ant in the A box, and ghost, grape, goat in the G box. All right, I'm gonna help some kids in the classroom, but kids at home, I'm gonna leave this up for you, okay? I see everybody doing a great job working.
I need it.
We gotta glue it down better than that. Yes, glue it. Yeah, you can. All right, how we doing at home? Anybody want to show me their work? He's still working. Anybody done? Ooh, Aya, fantastic. Wonderful job, Isley.
Do we have time to color?
Job done. You have time to color them in now. Yes, we've got about 5 minutes till science. Maybe 5 or 10 minutes. So y'all definitely have time to color them in. Nice. Yeah, some of the kids are still working on theirs in the classroom, okay? So kids at home, you've got some time to color in.
Aya? Yeah? I have something to show you. I can see it. She's cute, right? I'm getting a puppy. And she is cute. Is very small. Don't you like her? She's cute. Oh yes, she's very cute. I'm getting a puppy. I wish I could just rub her. Wish I could just pet that little cutie. Well, you can. I bring her to the pet parade, and I bring her. Oh, well, I'll bring my fluffy, puffy Sweden. She is a dog. I can never pick her up. And she's yellow, like my dress. She's tiny, and she's black and gray. And she's very soft. So I can't believe you can hold her because I never hold Sweden. I'm not strong enough. At the pet parade, maybe I can bring her, and we could get out of the car and you could pet her. My mother would never. My mom would never let me do that. Well, secretly is a very well. It's a good way, but you just don't have. But you just can't tell your mom the secret that you petted the pet. No, my mom is driving me to the pet parade. So, and she always looks at what I'm doing unless she's busy, and she is not going to be busy. So she is going to keep her eye on me. So I'm totally not going to be able to get out of the car, not going to be able to come near you, and not going to be able to pet your cutie pie.
How's it going, kids at home?
Well, you could buy a little dorky pup like me, Aya.
Kind of done at home?
Well, I already have my own dog.
Catherine, I love how you did the ghost. I love how you gave them little eyelashes. Such a cute little detail. Nice coloring. Okay, very good job, Finn. I saw yours too, and you colored it in now. Nice. All right, we're gonna have 1 more minute for foundation, and then let's see what's next on our schedule. Science. We get to test out our ice cube structures. And
yes.
Yay! So, if you don't finish your foundations don't worry, you can finish later. No big deal, right? If you don't finish your foundations, don't worry, you can finish later, right? Okay, one more minute. Oh, fantastic job. Oh, look at that, you're really good eyelashes too, so cute. Okay, let's put it right here. Remember to take it home. Oh, that's part of my home decorations. We're gonna take it home. Okay.
Eileen, your dog. I'm so sorry. And now I need.
All right, everybody. How are we doing with foundations, with our sorting? Are we ready for science? I'm gonna go ahead and check off foundations on our schedule. There we go. Next on our schedule is science. So, if you're at home and your parents say that it's okay, then you can bring your ice cube structure and 2 ice cubes outside if your parents say that it's okay. All right? You gotta ask your parents first. And I want you to put your shade structure, I want you to find a place in the sun. I want you to put 1 ice cube right in the sun. And then I want you to put the other ice cube underneath your shade structure. And I want you to see which ice cube melts faster. Okay? Now we know that the sun gives us heat. So which ice cube do you think is gonna melt faster?
Can you melt me?
The one in the sun, right? Yeah, that one's probably gonna melt faster. Okay, so I'm gonna go outside with the kids. I'm gonna bring my computer. We'll see if the Zoom keeps working outside. We'll see, all right? And then when you're done testing your ice cube structure, you can watch us do ours outside if the internet works. We'll wait and see, okay? All right. Oh, cool. I see Catherine testing out hers. Good job, Catherine. Catherine, how'd yours go? Okay, so I see this area is sunny. Find a spot in the sun and sit down. Find a spot in the sun.
Can I have two ice cubes now?
Okay, so now that everybody's found their spot in the sun, now
Hey, Harrison, mine's walking.
I'm gonna give you your 2 ice cubes.
Yeah, maybe.
Here's the plan. I want you to put 1 ice cube. Oh, Harrison, I'm talking. I want you to put 1 ice cube right on in the sun, and then don't touch it. And then I want you to put your other ice cube in the shade underneath your shade structure. Okay?
Nice.
All right. As soon as you're sitting down and have a place, I'm gonna give you your 2 ice cubes. So here's the one that you can put in the sun. Here's the one you can put in the shade underneath the shade. Okay.
Put mine under
There's the one in the sun. Here's one you can put underneath the shade. Here you go.
Mine underneath my shade structure. One of mine is in the sun.
One in the sun. Harrison, I'm gonna do sit down and find a spot, sweetie, in the sun. You're in the shade, Harrison. Find a spot in the sun. All right. And do you want to? Oh, let's let Miss Lisa pass first, Harrison, before you sit down. Yeah. Let's see. Let's move it for a second. Let Miss Lisa pass. Yeah. No, that's okay. Okay, Harrison, did you find a spot in the sun? Here we go. Careful, there's a bee. Yeah. Okay, what's happening so far?
Probably never gonna. Mine in the fun is melting, but the mirror was no water, but in there it is.
Yes, the one in the sun, is it melting faster?
What is it? A paddle pillow.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about those in a second.
No.
Yeah, don't worry, we're gonna talk about that. But let's do our ice cube project first. Me too.
Yeah.
Guys, we're gonna talk about it in a second. We're gonna look at them in a
They're
second.
so
Let's do your
cool.
ice cube.
Now
Okay.
we're looking at the milk. Look.
Yes.
Mine's nothing.
Yours is melting. Yeah, the one that's in the sun is definitely melting more, right?
Mine is probably not going to get any more sun because it's probably not going to never melt because it's perfectly not under one of those and it's like right inside.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll melt eventually though, right? Because it's still hot out here, but it's hotter in the direct sun. Okay, Harrison, will you put your mask up, sweetie? Colin, put your mask up, sweetie.
I could see
Colin, put your mask up, please.
So I put my ice cube right here where it's melting, but the one in this is melting faster.
Well, I think that's because you're touching it, sweetie, in your hand. So just leave it in the shade, right? Just leave it in the shade there. Wheeler, where is your shade structure? Where's yours? Oh, well then come over here. Harrison, where's yours?
It's that
Oh,
one.
well then come over here. Harrison, yours is right
Mom,
here.
avocado's still there.
Yeah, it's hot because we're in the sun, right? Do you want to go stand in the shade where it's a little bit cooler?
No.
Yeah, because we're in the sun and it's hot. But if we stand in the shade, it's a little bit cooler over here.
The light up one.
Yeah, but maybe you want to stay in the sun.
If you ever hear about a caterpillar, don't touch it because they're poisonous.
Okay, kids at home, some of you are back. We're still outside doing our ice cube shade structure experiment, but I want to show you, we're in the garden, in the children's garden, and this plant right here, and Adeline Wheeler and Colin, y'all can listen too. This plant right here is called a milkweed plant, and milkweed plants are really amazing because monarch caterpillars love to eat milkweed plant. In fact, monarch caterpillars only eat this one plant. They only eat milkweed. Oh, yes, I'm talking, sweetie. So there are monarch caterpillars on this milkweed plant right here. There's quite a few of them. There are a lot of them. Now, we don't want to touch monarch caterpillars because, yeah, they do put out a little bit of like goo that kind of smells bad. And they're definitely poisonous if you eat them. So you definitely don't want to eat them. But also, we wouldn't want to touch a monarch caterpillar because it might hurt them, right? And we don't want to touch them if it's going to hurt them, right? So I'll show you again. The milkweed plant is just covered with these monarch caterpillars right there. Oh, please stop screaming, Wheeler. So the monarch caterpillars, we're going to learn all about them in the springtime. But these are going to turn, they're going to make a chrysalis when they're done eating, and then they're going to turn into monarch butterflies, and then they're going to fly all the way to Mexico. They're going to migrate all the way to Mexico. Okay, how are our ice cubes doing? Let's see, let me show you kids at home. This is Harrison's. So yeah, Harrison's ice cube that's in the sun is definitely melting faster. Let's see Wheeler's. Oh yeah, Wheeler's ice cube that's in the sun is melting faster. Oh look, Adeline's ice cube is already almost melted, the one that's in the sun. Hers is already almost melted. Let's see, look at Vina's. Yep, Vina's ice cube that's in the sun is definitely melting faster, and so is Colin's.
Mine is on
Let's check out Harrison's, or not, Ford's, I mean. Yep, Ford's ice cube that's in the sun is melting faster than the one in the shade.
Hi, Miss Vanderandy.
Pretty cool. Hey, Aya. It's so sunny out here.
Look at mine.
Oh, let's see. Show us, Aya. Oh, yeah, looks good, Aya. How'd yours go?
Now I'm going to show you the one in my shade. You might not be able to see it good, but can you see
I can see it a little bit. Yeah.
Vanderandy? Miss Vanderandy?
Yes, Aya. Aya, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Aya?
No, it seems to be when I go far away from the house, I can't see or hear you.
Yeah, that's because your internet is really just in the house. So that's why. So you can tell me about it when you go inside, when you're done.
Mine in the sun already melted.
Okay. Ooh, cool. I see Charles. Charles is showing us his.
Mine in the sun already already melted.
It did? Whoa.
Soda.
All right, kindergarten. Are we ready to head back in? Ooh, let's look. Oh yeah, very cool. Pretty cool. We're gonna learn all about them in the springtime. All right, let's go ahead and get your ice cube structures.
It's Panda Randy.
Yeah. Yes, Aya?
Miss Panda Randy,
Yes,
the one in my ice cube structure is definitely melting slower than the one in the sun. So the sun one is melting faster.
I'm so glad. So your the experiment worked. What you thought was going to happen, you were right. The sun gives us heat. So when we put an ice cube right in the sun, it melts faster. Awesome experiment. You can just put them anywhere you want.
It's Panda Randy?
Yes, Aya.
Oh, sorry. For a minute there, I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute myself because I'm gonna get the kids all lined up and back in the classroom. So I'll unmute myself when we get back in, okay?
Okay. To the needs.
Okay, we are back in the classroom. Yay!
Now it's story time.
Yes. Okay, Colin and Aya and Finn, y'all that are there. Does anybody want to tell us about what happened with your ice cube structure? Anybody want? You don't have to, but if you want to share with the class. So Finn raised his hand, so I'm gonna call on Finn. All right, Finn, tell us what happened.
The sun melted first.
Ooh, so the one that was in the sun melted first?
And the shade wasn't far behind.
And the shade wasn't far behind.
Oh yeah, the shade one melted too, right? Because it's still hot outside, right? But did the shade one melt like a little bit slower?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a tiny little bit slower. That's what happened with us too. Thank you for sharing, Finn. Okay, Aya's raising her hand. Aya, what's happened with yours? Do you want to tell us?
My ice cube, well, the ice cube in the sun melted faster.
Okay, so Aya says the ice cube in the sun melted faster. Wonderful.
And the ice cube in the shade was way far behind.
Oh, wow. So yours was
Wait,
much.
could I go check on them for 2 minutes?
Sure. If it's okay with your parents. All right, let's see here. Anybody in the classroom want to share with us? Okay, keep your hands raised. Colin, what happened with your ice cube structure? Mine melt. Ooh, so which one melted faster? The sun. Yeah, the one in the sun melted so much faster. So your shade structure worked. Okay, Adeline, do you want to tell us what happened with your shade structure?
The one in the shade,
Yeah. Yes, it kind of melted in your shade structure and it made the markers into kind of tie-dye. Which one melted faster?
The one in the sun.
Or did you have your hand up earlier? Did you want to share? No? Okay, anybody else? Oh, Wheeler has his hand up. Wheeler.
The one that melted was the one, and the one that got melted first was the one in the shade, actually.
Oh, yours the one in the shade melted first? I don't know. That's not what I saw, but maybe. Okay, Harrison, put your mask on, buddy. Okay, tell us what happened with yours. You want to share?
The one in the sun happened with mine.
Okay, I'll be right there.
Melted first.
Okay, the one in the sun melted first. Ford, was that you that wanted to share? Okay, what happened with yours, Ford?
The one in the sun for me waited, melted way faster.
Oh, way faster. Okay, yeah, that's what I saw too. So, kids at home, if you want, you can keep your shade structures and do the experiment again later, totally up to you. Or if you are done with them, you could recycle them if you made them out of recycled material, or throw them away because we are done with them. And then kids in the classroom, y'all did fantastic. If you want to, you can take your shade structures home today if you want to. Great, by the way. All right, let's do some checking off on our schedule. Check off science. We are done with science. You all did fantastic learning about the sun and doing the ice cube challenge. That was a fun project. We are kind of done learning about the sun a little bit. Next week, we're gonna keep learning about the sun a little bit, but next week, we're gonna focus on mostly learning about the moon and the phases of the moon and why sometimes we can see all of the moon, like tonight's a full moon, or why sometimes we can only see a tiny little bit of the moon. We're gonna learn all about the moon next week, okay? Pretty exciting. But to now, it is story time. So we ended science a little bit early today, so we have like tons of time for story time, which is so exciting because I love story time. So let's get some books.
Could we read a pigeon book?
We definitely have time to read a pigeon book. I'm gonna start with the book that we were reading yesterday and we didn't have time to finish. I also have some fun Halloween books for us too, because it's October. Okay, so when we yesterday, we were reading Space Rock, but we didn't have time to finish it, so let's finish it now. Okay, this is the page we left off on. Vina, will you please stop making so much noise with your chair? Thank you, sweetie. Okay, why don't you want anyone to see you? I asked. It's safer, he said. Why? I asked. The rock sounded mad. Because you humans are too nosy. You ask too many questions. Oh.
What does nosy mean?
Nosy means you ask a lot of questions and you want to know things that even you really don't need to know. You want to know like.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
That's a funny word.
It is a funny word. The Rock went on with his story. Then, today, a terrible thing happened. We were hiding in a cloud over your town. We saw a lot of little humans in a field. Then a lot of round things with tails floated up in the air. What were those? The balloons, right? The balloons. That was us, I cried, jumping up on the bed. The whole class sent off postcards on balloons. The Rock looked amazed. Balloons? We thought they were lost creatures from another planet. So we opened the ship and one floated in. Then there was a big bang and it was gone. What happened to the balloon if there was a big bang? It popped. We all jumped back in surprise. That's when I fell out of the ship. I found that I could not float in the air around Earth. Down, down, down I went, and I landed under a bush. It was dark under the bush. The sun didn't shine on me. My friends couldn't see me. What if they return to Caldor without me, he cried. I'm doomed. Don't worry, I said. It will be all right. I'll carry you around. Together, we will find your ship. I put the rock on my pillow. I will call you Space Rock, I said. It took me a long time to fall asleep that night. I was so excited. Nothing ever happened to me. Now I had a rock from outer space. Wait until the other kids saw this. The next day I got up early. I put Space Rock into my lunchbox. Don't eat all my food, I said jokingly. Eating is for humans, said Space Rock. Just give me a few nice rays of sun. So we get our energy, people get our energy from food. Space Rock gets his energy from the sun. Wow. But this is just pretend, right? It's just fiction, it's not real. When we got to school, I put Space Rock on my desk. I put him in a nice sunny spot. First period was science. We looked at mushrooms and bugs under a magnifying glass. Then Miss Goodhart said, does anyone have anything for show and tell? I waved my hand. I do, Miss Goodhart, I said. All right, Bob, she said. This is Space Rock. He looks just like any normal rock, but he's really from another planet. Yesterday, one of our balloons popped inside his spaceship and he fell out. Ah, all the kids laughed. That's a good story, Bob, said Miss Goodhart. Did you make it up yourself? So nobody believes him. No, I said I didn't make it up. It's true. Hold him up to your ear. He'll talk to you, I said. This better not be a trick, said Miss Goodhart. She held Space Rock next to her ear. The kids in class were falling out of their chairs laughing. Well, said Miss Goodhart, maybe your hearing is better than mine. She gave Space Rock back to me. She didn't believe me. After show and tell, we went outside for recess. I took Space Rock out of my pocket. Why didn't you talk to Mrs. Goodhart? I demanded. Well, you shouldn't have told them about who I was. If Miss Goodhart believed you, she would have called the police or the president. They'd lock me up in a glass case in a museum next to the piece of the moon. They would ask me all sorts of questions. Did you see everyone laughing at me? I said. You made me look like a fool. Both of us were mad. Some of the kids started laughing again. Talking to Space Rock, Bob? They asked. I stuck Space Rock into my pocket. Then, all at once, Space Rock felt very warm. Bob, he cried from inside my pocket. Bob, it's my ship. I can feel them nearby. Quick, put me in the sun. I held him up to the sunlight. He was really shining now. It's no good, Bob, he cried. I feel them leaving again. They still don't see me. I'm not shining enough. Wait, I have an idea, I told Space Rock. I ran back into the classroom. I found Mrs. Goodhart's magnifying glass. I took it outside. I held my magnifying glass over Space Rock. Everybody was watching. Now a beam of light bounced off Space Rock back up into the sky. I bet your spaceship will find you now, I said. The kids' eyes opened wide. We'd better get the nurse. Bob is in really bad shape, I heard someone say. But then the kids jumped back. and their eyes opened even wider. They pointed over my head. Space Rock's ship was coming down. The spaceship came closer and closer. It hung in the air right above us. A door opened in the bottom of the ship. A bright light was shining down. I guess this is goodbye, Space Rock, I said. I'm sorry I got angry. Don't worry, Bob, he said.
Number 5, Miss Van der Ende.
Number 5 is the chapter. This book is a chapter book. It has little short chapters. So like the beginning had chapter 1, and then this was chapter 2. So they're just little chapters. Space Rock floated up in the light. But he did not go into the ship. He floated under the opening and made strange sounds. Then 4 other rocks floated down. They all began to sing. No one had ever heard music like this before. It sounded like the wind between the stars. It sounded like the fire of the sun. It was real rock music. Because they're rocks, right?
And it's like they're rocking.
The kids had all gathered around. When the song was over, they clapped and clapped. Miss Goodheart stood with her hands on her heart. Space Rock and his friends floated up into the ship. Goodbye, Space Rock, everyone yelled. The ship went straight up, past the clouds, then it was gone. Wow, said the kids. Wow, said Miss Goodheart. That was the ultimate show and tell. I never felt happier in my life. A week later, one of the balloon postcards came in the mail. We had written, please write, date, and place found in drop, and then drop in the mailbox. This one was addressed to me. It said, found April 29th, inside spaceship Unar. No, now bound for home. Goodbye, Bob. Until we meet again, Space Rock. Oh, they mailed his balloon back. Okay, so that was just a fun fiction book about a rock from outer space. Just pretend, not real, because we've been learning about space. Okay, let's read one of our Halloween books next. This one's called Scaredy Cat Splat. Scaredy Cat.
I have a Splat book, except it's not that one. It's Splat Goes to School.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different Splat books.
That one. Splat one of Easter.
Oh, yeah, and Finn has a cat out, a little stuffed animal cat, just like Splat. Splat's a cat, too. Yeah. Splat's a cat, and here's his little mouse friend. Okay, Scaredy Cat Splat. Let's start reading. Mom, cried Splat. There's a scary spider on my jack-o'-lantern. He's small and hairy with really funny eyes. Splat's voice wobbled with worry. But you're small and scary, hairy with really funny eyes too, said his mom. Splat thought for a moment. But I haven't got 8 legs, he replied. If you had, maybe you'd be a scary spider too, teased his mom. Splat made a scary spider face. Splat's mom caught the spider under a glass jar. Splat looked closely at the spider. It didn't look so scary now that it was trapped. Now it looks kind of sad and scared. Can I take the spider to school for Halloween? Asked Splat. We've all made jack-o'-lanterns and everyone is dressing up in costumes. And Miss Wimpy Dimple is going to tell us a ghost story. And there's a prize for the scariest cat. And I want to be the scariest cat. So please, can I take my spider to school? Please, he added without taking a breath. Okay, said his mom. Where's your Halloween costume? Asked his mom. Splat pulled a broom out of the closet and started getting on it. Aha, look at me, I'm a scary witch's cat, cried Splat, racing around the kitchen. You certainly are scary, said his mom. Then disaster struck. Splat tripped over his tail and with a crack, the broom handle snapped in two. His scary witch's cat costume was ruined. Now I've got nothing to wear, Splat groaned. Even Seymour couldn't console him. There's Seymour the mouse. Console means to comfort and make somebody feel better. Splat's mom had an idea. She stuffed some old socks with scrunched up newspaper and tied them to Splat with string. There, she said. Splat looked in the mirror and jumped back with a squeal. Oh, I scared myself, he said. He looked again, and this time he smiled. Look at me, he cried, waving his sock legs. I'm a big, scary sock spider. Splat placed his jack-o'-lantern and Spider on the wagon and set off to school. On the way, he met Spike, dressed as a mummy, and Plank, dressed as a skeleton. They're pretty scary, said Splat. Seymour nodded and trembled a little. Yes, Catherine.
I actually have this.
You have this book? Cool. Yeah.
What does tremble mean?
Tremble means like to shake, like woo, like if you're really scared, you might shake or tremble with fear. But I'm scarier, said Splat. Splat made his scariest spider face and growled. Grrr. Spike and Splat didn't even wince. Instead, boo, cried Splat. Boo, cried Plank. Splat yelped and jumped high in the air and landed in a heap. Aw, Splat sighed. Spike and Plank are both scarier than me. Seymour nodded and trembled a little bit more. I'll never win the prize for scariest cat, said Splat. The sock spider, the skeleton, and the mummy continued on their way to school. The sign says, Cat School, with an arrow. In class, everyone showed their jack-o'-lanterns. Splat's jack-o'-lantern made everybody laugh. Aw, Splat sighed. I'll never win the prize for the scariest cat. Seymour shook his head. Everyone placed flashlights in their jack-o'-lanterns, and Miss Wimpy Dimple turned down the lights and whispered in her best ghost story voice. In the dark, dark wood, there's a dark, dark house. And in the dark, dark house, there's a dark, dark room. And in the dark, dark room, there's a dark, dark box. And in the dark, dark box, there's a ghost! Miss Wimpy Dimple cried, and the class jumped up with fright. There's a put your mask on, sweetie. Splat was so startled, his tail whipped around and sent his jack-o'-lantern spinning through the air. And what goes up must come down. Splat! It went down right on his face. Oh my goodness. Unable to see anything, Splat stumbled around the classroom. Oh! Everyone screamed as the pumpkin head glared at them and made strange noises. Miss Wimpy Dimple turned on the lights and lifted up the jack-o'-lantern off Splat's head. The screaming turned into laughter as Splat fell out. Calm down, said Miss Wimpy Dimple. Now, class, who do you think should win the prize for being the scariest cat? Splat! They all cheered. And he has a little trophy that says scariest cat. Okay. All right, we've got time for one more book. And then it'll be time for, oh yeah, pigeon one. Yes, let me get one. I don't know if there is a Halloween pigeon one from Mo Willems. I'm not sure. Let's do The Pigeon Needs a Bath. And the pigeon says, I do not. All right, first page is a bunch of dirty pigeons. I'm sorry. Hi, I don't know if you've noticed, but the pigeon is filthy. So I could use your help because the pigeon needs a bath. Pigeon says that is a matter of opinion.
What does matter of opinion mean?
So opinion means like something that you could disagree on. Like maybe Charles his opinion is that blue is his favorite color, or the best color. But maybe Isley's opinion is purple's the best color. Okay, so two people think two different things, but it just depends on which one you like the best, right? Depends on what you think. So that's an opinion. A fact is something that you can't really disagree about. Like the sun gives us heat. That's a fact, right? But the best color is blue? That's an opinion, because maybe you don't agree. So the pigeon says
I think the best color is pink.
okay, so the pigeon says that it's an opinion that he needs a bath, not a fact, because he doesn't agree. What a kidder. I don't really need a bath. Well, I took one last month. Well, I think it was last month. Clean, dirty, they're just words, right?
Wait, what, when he does this, what does it say above his head?
Oh,
Like that stuff.
scratch, scratch, like he's thinking, wait, when was the last time I took a bath? I feel clean. Maybe you need a bath.
Hey, I just took one yesterday.
You had a bath. Oh, that was pretty recently. Life is so short. Why waste it on unimportant things like taking a bath? Well, what smell?
Life is really.
Oh, I don't smell anything. And if I do, it's a very normal smell for a pigeon. You know, in some places, it's impolite to bathe. Buzz, 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 buzz.
In some places, is it?
Around are purely coincidental. Coincidental means like it's just because, like maybe it's just a coincidence that the flies are buzzing around. It's not because he smells bad, even though it probably really is because he smells bad. P.U. Yuck. Let's get out of here. Take a bath, dude. Okay, fine. If it means so much to you, I'll take a bath. Whoa. Well, I'm not gonna like this one bit. The water is too hot, too cold, too lukewarm, too hot, too wet, too cold, not wet enough. Too many toys, too deep.
What does Luke mean? Like when he says too lukewarm?
Too lukewarm? So warm. So there's hot. That's hot, right? And then there's warm, sort of hot. And then there's lukewarm. That means in between hot and cold. That means in between warm and cold. No, it's too hot again. Too reflective. That is still too hot. Well, I guess this is just fine. Splash! Hey, this is fun. Washy, wash, wash. La, la, la. Singing in the tub. This is the life. I love bubbles. Look at my wrinkly toes. Hello, hello. How are you? I'm fine. I'm a fish. I'm a fish. 10 hours later.
Where's the singing in the bathtub part? I didn't hear that.
What part?
Singing in the bathtub part. He said singing in the bathtub part.
Can I stay in the tub forever? And the end is a bunch of clean pigeons in tubs, but one duckling instead of the pigeon.
Duckling was a pigeon toy.
So funny. All right, everybody. I had such a great day with everybody. Tomorrow
So here's number one. Maya only works
we're
Thursday
going
morning.
to show and tell in the morning if you want to. You don't have to, just if you want to. But we're going to do it a little bit earlier tomorrow morning because right after show and tell, we're going to do a blessing of the pets parade for chapel. So if you want to,
I can't wait for you to meet my dog.
to the school, if your parents say it's okay, you could bring your pet, you could bring a picture of an animal, you could bring a picture of your pet, you could bring a stuffed animal, you don't have to bring anything, or you don't have to come if you don't want to. And I'm gonna be there, all the teachers are gonna be there waving at you, and I'm gonna be there with my dog Snugs. I'm gonna bring Snugs with me. All right, everybody, let's wave goodbye. I'll see you for show.
Miss Vanderandy. Miss Vanderandy. Hi. Thanks, Isley.
Do you have a question, Isley?
Say before we leave.
What was your question, Isley?
I'm just gonna say My mom might sign me up for a meeting to talk to you.
Hey, sign up for something, okay? Sign up.
One-on-one meeting.
Sign up for one-on-one time, okay?
I'm not even like Mom, can you sign up? Mr. Meeting, guys. Bye, 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 bye.
Do you have your hand up, Charles?
I'm gonna show my temporary pet, my praying mantis.
Yes, you can have a picture of your temporary pet, your praying mantis. I love it. All right, bye everybody. See you in the morning for showing up.
Bye. Bye.